What's up, gamers? It's Barnes here. I want to talk about 2011, the year in gaming in review, according to me. I'm going to be talking about the games that I played over the last year and some of my experiences with those. So last January, February, December, November, I was pretty much involved in Black Ops nonstop. Call of Duty Black Ops. I was always a Call of Duty fan, and somewhere around February, I decided I was gonna put the video games away, and Lisa's children ended up with the consoles. So if you're out there and you see Black Barnes on PS3 network or Xbox, and it says that my account is active, that's because Lisa's little boys are playing on those systems and using my email, which is fine by me. Play with them, they're cool, but they're like 10, so be nice to them. And then early in the year, late last year, earlier this year, I was playing a lot of Axis and Allies. This is the Europe 1940 edition, and this is basically Risk with on steroids. Basically, it's basically World War II. Little tanks, little different types of planes, little different types of mechanized jeeps and infantry and naval bases, air force bases, and anti-artillery gun and money and alliances and victory conditions. It's the most complex Axis and Allies board game that they've come out with, and it has a sister game. And it's Axis and Allies Specific 1940. Now the great thing about these two games is when you put them together, the maps connect, and you have one giant Axis and Allies Global 1940 game. I really enjoy this game. When it's all together, the board is over 6 feet long. It's about 4 feet wide. It's massive. You feel like you're in like some war room from like a WW2 movie, like maybe the Battle of Britain, when they're all sitting there and like they're using the little rakes to push across like the boats across the channel and stuff. You feel like you're in that room. I'll give you a look at some of the stuff, I guess, if you've never seen it. We'll take the Russians out here. No, it's Italy. And you can see like comes with little tanks. And this is a battleship. And this is a transport, troop transport. And a, let's see, destroyer. Looks similar to a battleship, but different. A fighter. Oh wait, no, I didn't catch a fighter. Artillery piece. And an Italian infantryman. A fighter. Fighter airplane. A mechanized infantry. A little jeep carries men. Troop transport. A tactical bomber. A strategic bomber. Infantry. Submarines. Destroyers. I can't really see any of those. Just a second. Aircraft carriers. There's also industrial complexes, bases. It's a really involved game. It's the most involved board game I've ever played. I really like it, and it uses the anniversary rules for Axis and Allies. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it was rushed, and they're going to re-release it next year. I did get to say have some say on Avalon Hill's website, and also Larry Harris GameDesign.com. If you have this game and you're looking for the updated rules, you can go on to Larry Harris GameDesign.com and upload the latest rules and print them out. They're going to re-release it next year with new rules that are updated after a year and a half of game testing, and I'm really excited for that. The only thing I'm not excited about is to pitch out the extra $200 to get the board game again. These were $100 each when they first came out, and I think they're probably more now. They're probably very difficult to find, but if you can find them, they'll be out this year, and they'll have the revised rules, and that's Axis and Allies Europe 1940 and Axis and Allies Pacific 1940. And I highly recommend this game if you're into Risk or something of that nature. It's a world conquest game. Ironically, even though it's a game of strategy and tactics, it's really a game of shopping, because you got to like decide what your nation's going to build, and it's also a game of teamwork. And I highly recommend it to you guys if you're into that kind of thing. All right, the next game I guess I'm going to talk about is this Homebrew World. I can't get a shot, can I? Alright, so I spent like 200 hours this spring and early summer making this map because my players really wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons or a role-playing game. They wanted to play a fantasy role-playing game. And so I spent a lot of time making this map, which was fine, but my players were eager to play, and so like I took about 200 hours to draw the map, but I didn't have every like thing worked out, and they were rushing to play. We got into it, and we got to like we were playing a monstrous campaign, and there was an evil party, and I remember we talked about it. There was a succubus in it, and a dread necromancer, and it was kind of out of control. There was a warforged, which I'll never allow again, but I gave it a shot, and that's what the players wanted to do. They wanted to play crazy stuff. They wanted to play really bad, and so we kind of rushed it, and I got into it, and I was like, I just don't have this world developed enough. Why don't, if we really want to play that bad, why don't we buy a published module and try that? So I had already had most of everything that Pathfinder had put out at the time, but I hadn't played it at the moment. So we ran out and we got the Inner Seas guide. Now I haven't really talked about this much. I didn't really have too much to add to it. A lot of people have given reviews about it. The only thing that I didn't like about it, and some people disagree, but I find, like, for instance, there's faction names in here, and one of the factions is the Eagle Knights. What is that? The Boy Scouts? Are you serious? I mean, it just didn't hit me, didn't grab me. I didn't really care for Hell Knights. I just thought those were really lame. But some people like them. Aaron, whatever, not to say whatever, but Aaron said he liked them, so, I mean, there's people out there, gamers that I do respect their opinion, that do like Galorian, so it is what it is. And I'm not saying this is a bad world or anything. It just, for me, it seemed a little bit mixed match where you could throw anything in. And yeah, there was room for everything there. I mean, like, there's a spot for everything, but I felt that it, like, lacked, like, an overall theme that you would find in something like, I don't know, Ravenloft or Dragonlance or, Planescape, Dark Sun. Campaigns that I had played in the past that had a more overall theme. And my party played it, and I played Rise of the Rune Lords with it. Now, a lot of you knew that, and we just recently stopped. It got voted out. My players just were not enjoying it. I put a lot of effort into it, actually. I played it as written, which is something I never do, but I figured I'd give it a shot. I even wrote the authors of the adventure path, and filled in some certain derailments that my party had, and yeah. And so this wasn't for us, but as some of you read last week, we're gonna play in a homebrew of mine. Now, the last time I played the homebrew, we played in 3.0, 3.5, and I had kind of written it out of my head, out of second edition stuff. I'd had a lot of D20 experience at the time, but I hadn't found my way back to Dungeons and Dragons yet. And so this whole year, we've been playing D&D 3.5 and using this kind of as like a giant unearthed arcana taking stuff out that we liked and that they changed, and not playing this as its own system. But in the next homebrew campaign, which I'm very comfortable going in, I know the world very well, um, and everyone's excited about it, so I guess it's the right choice. We're going to be playing Pathfinder, role-playing game, as written for the most part. And yeah, and I'm pretty excited about that. Um, there's some other books in that's like I would like to utilize. I would like to utilize the Cyanix Unleashed a little bit. Um, I got a lot of minis this year. Like Andrew was saying, like you do have a lot of minis, don't you? And I'm like, all right, well, I guess so, you know. But I collect like 5 or 6 different brands, and I'm collecting like little ships. I don't know, like whatever. I gotta paint this little model yet. Now these were really cheap, and you guys see all the crap I make, whatever. But it's been a really good year for me in gaming. Like I joined up on YouTube. Like I'd always been around. I left comments. I've harassed some of you all before in the past. And this year I decided to start making videos. It was pretty much as soon as I got a webcam. I just wasn't setting up the cell phone, or I hate cell phones, by the way. I wasn't setting up the camera or nothing like that, or webcam. Once I got a laptop that had a camera on it, I jumped in and started making videos, throwing my 2 cents in. And now I feel like I'm home, people. I'm home. I want to give a quick shout out at the end of this video here to our boy. Many of you already know him. Bond Alloy. He started putting videos out. He's starting to produce videos, so go and check him out. If you're looking for him, he's in your subscription list. If you make videos, he's already subscribed to you, so just subscribe back. If you don't make videos and you subscribe to other people's videos, look at my subscriptions list. I'm subscribed to him. He's subscribed to me. Look in the comments. He's in a lot of the comments. He comments a lot, and he has sound things to say, and he started to put out some videos, and he's done a couple responses. He's got some ideas out there, and I think we should give him support and welcome him to the community. He's already been part of the community. He's just making videos now. Anyway, I want to know what you guys played this year. What games did you come across and did you play? Did you go back to something, or have you been playing the same campaign, or did you break away from gaming a little bit this year? Anyway, I'm curious to know, and I'm wishing you all a happy new year, and I'll be back soon. I'm gonna try to make another video before the new year's out. Later, y'all.